Today I'm opting for just a little lemon ginger tea. I gotta reset my gut. Mind you, I have already had a piece of chocolate, cashews, watermelon. Nate made the breakfast. It was light, which is good. I need to clear. That's where I'm at. So we are gonna get dressed. The kids are dressed, I'm not. What's new? And go get a birthday present for our friend. We're gonna hit up his party today. So it's gonna be a fun one. And my mom arrives tomorrow, so we'll probably just be preparing for her. Our neighbor is giving away a free piano, and I've always wanted a piano, and Nate said not until we own this house, but that's gonna be in a long time. I'm like, you just have to move it next door. I promise I'll practice every day. Okay, I'm doing a style choice with the Chance hat today. This is Nate's hat. It's a pool time, and I'm in my swimsuit, my little charts, and my Be the Good necklace. Yeah, we're driving up the mountain, but our mountain. Acid rap. We made it to the park. Look at these gorgeous Colorado views. NoCo. What up? And the kids brought their swimsuits so they could do some water play. Daphne was enjoying herself. Nate's very playful dad, so they had a back and forth. Rex climbed this huge structure. He was a little bit on the outskirts. He's an observer. Both of my kids are a little bit observers, so they don't always get in the mix. Back on Pearl. We're having a little girls' date. Came with Jess to change her septum piercing. So we're gonna pop over to Iris. Maybe get a little treat after.
Hey.
We had a lot of time to look around. Iris is a small store, so I had noticed these ritual and beaded pieces. After a rain shower, we made our way to Zo Mama. It was my first time there, and I had a little bao bun and some dumplings. They were delicious. Guy Fieri even said so. Happy Sunday. I'm back at the altar of the sink. I'm having like a very reflective, slow weekend. Morning, I should say. I'm kind of getting into my serious phase of my cycle. I should be bleeding in a few days, and like, yeah, things just aren't jokes right now. Things are like that deep. And I'm like very carefully considering all aspects, all dynamics, all relationships of my life. And one thing I know is for sure is that I want to make art every day. I want to create every day. So my mother is coming to visit. We're gonna go pick her up in like an hour. And I am looking forward to this visit because of the things I have planned for us. Everything's just feeling really aligned. My path is feeling aligned. The steps that I take, the experiences I have are feeling very aligned. We're gonna go to the Be-In today. That will be, it's not a new event. I think it's the 5th annual, but it's the first time I'll be going. And it's for sure the first time my mom's going. So yeah, I'm just pondering here at the sink. I'm just taking it all in, moving very slow. Just had a moment outside checking on the plants and the fauna and the flora. Feeling super blessed over everything though. My eyes are just being opened, and it's like I'm not surprised. I want to say I'm surprised. I don't know what that dynamic is of like not believing in magic, but I'm like fully believe in magic. And I was talking to Julia last week, like I'm giving myself permission for magic to be like my whole plan. My plan A, my plan B, my plan C, my plan D. Like magic works for me and I don't always let it. But I want to lean into it even more. So yeah, the timing of everything is really divine. I'll just let myself have like a couple minutes of reflection while my kids are outside playing before I go get my mom, who will be here for about a week. And Nate went off to his friend's place to help work on his home project. So I have a couple moments I'm gonna give it to myself. We're home from the airport. I'm mixing up a little salad. Oh, you look so beautiful, Daphne. Do you want to show the camera?
At least every single 1 hour.
Gorgeous. Cool double tank top. Do you want to be on my vlog channel? This is my mom. This is Gigi.
Hi, just arrived in Colorado and I'm going to have a great week with Tori, Nate, and the kids.
We made our way into the entrance of the Be-In. Rex is Aries rising. He's always first and competitive at things. Here is a sweet booth, and Daphne was loving the little felt pieces. That cat was so sweet. She had this book on dandelions, which was adorable, and those little fairy pieces. Then Rex and Daphne were part of the little kids parade. They got to hold signs. Be the change, be bop, blessed be. And here was Brigitte's small table. This was a box that I thought was intriguing. The open wide. And there were bubbles. This booth was so interesting. It was like a crypto booth, G1 it's called. I was not familiar, but this Dr. Steffinity knew a lot. Brigitte was being such a stellar MC, sharing about the history of the Be-In, and she came through every set and shared about a plant that was foraged from the land. Here's alfalfa.
My name's Kimba, and I just want to invite you. I'm going to be playing a quartz crystal didgeridoo.
I get it now.
Oh, Daphne, this thing looks so good. I had to build a lot to get this thing done. Can you just need to... Yes, alarm siren. We can just slide down to the back.
Yeah, we finished that puzzle from Mother's Day weekend, and I was just feeling in creative mode. My mom was an extra pair of hands and eyes, and I was like, I'm just gonna let myself make stuff today. So I got to cutting and getting into these boxes that I had saved. I now have 4 new shrine bases, an epic box, Barilla pasta noodles, Simple Mills cookies, stuffing. I think my favorite, like the most streamlined and clean, is definitely this. And plus it makes like, I really only have to paint the outside. The inside's so clean. And just the texture was really good on this. This wasn't so easy, but I love that it's a little bit more like Moroccan, Eastern vibe. Like a little more stout. That's really cute. So I have all these egg cartons also. I want to make like a flower garland, maybe some little mushrooms. I saw some other things on Pinterest. Just trying to be in my creative bag. Kids are playing outside with Gigi. All is well. A little oatmeal breakfast with oracle card combo. Taking notes and settling into my archetype of the month, which is the cave. Then after I put Daphne down to nap, Twiggy jumped through the portal of the teepee, and I spent more time in there doing my morning pages with her. It had turned into afternoon pages, but I'm just being as committed as I can to the form of expression and excavating my mind and feelings. So it is Gemini season after all. I just love looking at the sky through the teepee. It's such a sanctuary, and I'm so grateful for it. And my sidekick, Twig. My mom and I are starting to look through what I have going on. And this is also inviting some additional organization into the cuttings that I do. So we have kind of like full pages. We have medium graphics. We have small graphics that are able to fit in an envelope. We have tiny words. Mostly medium words and some jumbo. So there's even more to be organized and more magazines to go through. It was burger night, fries and all. I went out to the garden and I cut some roses, and I wanted to show you from the bush, but I also cut some roses for collage. Rise and shine, a little bit of business BTS for you. I woke up and needed to finish setting up my reminder email about the day's live stream call. P.S. I have 5 left in the series if you want to join in one of the free calls on YouTube. They're every 2 weeks on the chakras. But anyway, you know, it's a lot of clicking, it's a lot of linking, it's a lot of formatting. So here I am backlinking to my YouTube, to my Pinterest page, changing the font on things, and then of course going through each one of those clicks to make sure they go to the right thing. Yeah. Hey y'all, I just wrapped my call on the throat chakra. That was really fun. Everyone was so engaged in the chat. Hey Charlie, hey Sharina, hey Yvette, hey Tanisha, hey Katie. I'm just so grateful to have these conversations. We had a nice, smooth call. I offered up some of my throat chakra postcards to those who were on the call, so that was really fun, and I can't wait to send those out. We talked through our allies. We talked over the most underrated and overlooked aspect of the throat chakra development. So I feel super blessed. And the replay is up. It will be up through Sunday, just like the course is half off through Sunday. So if you want to check that out, please do. And my mom kept my children busy the whole time, so I get to go put Daphne down for a nap now. I'm so grateful for that help. I'm in the teepee. I've been out here for like an hour while Daphne napped. I've been posting to social, like reposting about the amazing call we had today. And I'm just like ready to be frank with y'all. I want to give you a garden tour before I go back inside, but I'm like ready to say a couple of things. So basically last week, you know, I was like, oh, things are like coming together, but I'm not sure how yet, which it was nice to let myself be in that space, but things are becoming clearer. And my mom and I are working on vision boards this week. And one thing I know for sure, and one thing you know if you've been watching me for a while, is that the reason I put such an effort on YouTube, more than I have over the last 10, well, I wouldn't say more than I have over the last 10 years, but anyway, refreshing it is because I am I'm divesting extremely from Instagram. Period. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to say anything more. I'll just be clear. You'll see me less and less on Instagram. I will use that platform less and less. What I care about are the connections here, those on my email list, and making beautiful things on Pinterest. Of course, the people that I see in real life, IRL, my IRL ceremonies. So the overarching umbrella of how I am reinventing myself over the next few weeks is to lean into my desire to exist as artist, to be an artist, period. And one platform that does not support artistry is Instagram, and I'm just done with it. So that's where I'm at. That's like where a lot of the changes are coming from, or at least my relationship and divestment from Instagram is representing a lot itself for other changes that are happening in my life. I did that. I kind of can't believe I did that. Every time I'm on there, it affirms my choice to spend less and less time there. And in this sort of like letting go of that, there's a trust in the change that when I put my very important and powerful focus elsewhere, when I use my attention with intention on other areas of growth, that they will rocket. They will skyrocket. So please support me and help me in this endeavor by sharing this channel with your friends who are like us, following me on Pinterest, being on my email list, sharing those things with your friends, and if you're in Colorado, consider coming through to an event. Anyway, let's go look at the garden, and I'm just glad to get that out of the way, and I also don't need it to be like a huge announcement. It's more of like my own clarifications that I'm working through, and then expressing them through things like vision boards and how I be. And then, of course, ritual. My kind of like threshold for ritual around this shift is solstice. So that's where my focus is right now, and that's what I'm working towards. But let's go look at the garden and what's growing. It's very exciting. So sorry, babes, but my finger was over the mic the whole time. I will give you a real update on the garden soon, but just know that the seeds are popping. I'm on my way home from the store. I just went by myself and left my mom at home with the kids. I don't know if we've ever done that. I've never done that. I've left them with her when they've like been sleeping overnight. Nate and I have gone on a couple dates. It's very rare, but anyway, I just did that and it felt really good. And so far everything's okay. So I have to make dinner. I'm going to bring on a meal over to my friend Amanda. And yeah, it's Tuesday, so I'm happy because Seek Treatment has a new episode. So that felt amazing. Truly, honestly. Does anyone else feel like a fraud whenever they go into Whole Foods? Every time I'm in Whole Foods, I'm like, everyone knows that I don't normally shop here and that I'm not supposed to be here. And that I don't have enough money. And that I like don't know where anything is. And I'm like taking too long to like figure things out. Just me? Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Nice. We'll just go restore energy and health right now. We just go. This is the dirt. Hey, I love that color. No, it's rainbow.
Yeah. That's a lot of chocolate.
For
Here at Tangerine.
I got a turmeric latte. I started bleeding today, so this will be good anti-inflammation. I went for something I've never ordered before and got this egg sandwich. My mom got Bananas Foster French toast. You know I keep that Oracle on me. I love golden milk. This is so comforting. This is so soothing. This is everything. Yum. These are mine and Daphne's cards side by side. Alright, this camera is on its last screw. Literally, it almost just fell out. Anyway, we're at this like really cute decoupage, like primitive country store. And this tie-dye dress is so cute. I'm gonna try it on. Yeah, basically this shape is like right up my alley. I could always belt it here. That would be super cute at my waistline. I like the colors. I like the fit. I like how open and free it is.
You didn't go in here.
Never saw the back. I'm probably gonna get it. It's 45 and half off. It's not on. Mine's not on right now, baby.
It's not on?
No.
Oh, it is dropping. Mama!
I stayed up super late till like 1 a.m. finishing cutting out all of the magazines. I just get into a mode and I like need to finish a task. So I also, like I was telling you earlier in the week, was like reorganizing what I already had. So, you know, it's like different sizes of the words and different sizes of the images, and even starting a little number pile for any angel numbers that I see that I might want, and half sheets and full sheets. And I'm excited to start working with these materials. I'm finally preparing to make my own updated vision board, but first, and that'll probably happen over the weekend. I'm really not rushing, but like I said, solstice is sort of this like threshold for me. I'll probably be using some of these pieces in the little shrines that I make, but you know, I just have to see how it goes. But I want to show you my old vision board first. Immediately after the day that I was like, I'm not going to give up on this fern, I gave up on this fern. The thing is, the other fern in Daphne's room is thriving, and so this one, it just wasn't working out. And there was a different plant that does well in that like dim light of her room that I have that was actually getting scorched. So I just did a swapperoo. I really still wanted something that was like hanging in her room, and I just swapped it for a spider plant, and that's the story. Okay. Going strong with my morning pages in preparation for truly doing the artist's way. What I'm writing through this morning just now. Well, actually, I'm not supposed to share it, but you know, continuing with themes of the throat chakra, organizing my mind, organizing my beliefs about the things that I'm doing today. Nothing is like major, but I'm still kind of like confused about how I feel about things or how they might turn out. And so I'm just taking the time now to like really believe in the choices that I'm making and why I'm doing them. The attention with intention. All right, just finished my pages. I had to pull out this like tarot guide. So last night, Nate and I pulled cards, and I knew I was gonna get death. I had like a feeling about death all day. The death card, and I got it. This cutie here, and there's very much like a lingering happening for me. Like, you know, I'm working towards this. Let me clean this a little bit. So I know this transformation is coming. I'm always trying to plan a transformation because I'm cat baby. I gotta get it in the calendar. I'm always trying to plan my breakdowns and shit. But anyway, I know like summer solstice will be the threshold, like the ritual threshold where I'll like fully step into it. But the transformation is already en route. It's organic. It's happening now, and there's some verbiage. There's some verbiage here. So the possibilities present in the endings. When one door closes, another opens. That which no longer serves falls away, and releasing attachment. So it's like my job right now, my work right now is to like really truly let go, like let the door close, not try to put my foot through, not try to like keep a little door stopper. Like I'm fully going through it. So I just am realizing like everything that's available to me, and it's not attached to holding on to that. Like it's full and it's here without any thread with that. So like I'm trying to let it go. I'm really trying to like conceptualize and feel that in my body. And I don't know how like douchey I was sounding the other day when I was like telling you about this thing with IG. Like it's more than Instagram. It's what the relationship and dynamic with Instagram represents for me. It's holding true for it's like its own archetype and holding true for other relationships and dynamics in my life where like it was once really good, it was once really exciting, there was once a specific reciprocity, return on investment, and it's changed. And so specifically what I'm focusing on, what I'm learning right now is just how dynamics and relationships change and how you're allowed to reassess and to shift based on that information. So and if you've been with me for a couple of years, you know that I've been divesting from Instagram. You know that this has been like its own journey. It's been like 2 years in the making. You could look at my last vision boards and see how I've been like putting my focus here and Pinterest, etc., and slow communications, word of mouth communications. And so it's like the death card is still even pertinent in that, where it's like, let the door close. And so I'm also being like, well, how does that look for me? To just post less, to not, I just like, I don't need to use it today, so I'm not picking up the phone for that. And same with these like kind of other relationship dynamics that I'm like assessing. Like, I don't need to keep reaching out to these people. I don't need to like feel obligated to do that. I don't need to make plans with particular people. I can just kind of like let the chips fall and like let it fall away. But it's also for me like Blue Lotus is here. I don't know if you can see that deeply, but you know I've been on a journey with Blue Lotus and the Lotus, and so I love that reminder. I love that they're here for me, and that their teachings for me have been about the inner child and boldness and being proud. And so that's like a very much a solar plexus thing beyond just the inner sight of it all. And so I'm like, for me, it's following through with these changes. I've had an awareness of them. I've been in the process of them, but now I need to follow through with my part of like the letting go and doing what it takes to get to this next phase. And when I say that my next phase is artist, is creative, it's also in a new way where I'm not really declaring myself. I'm not making a big like announcement about it. I am just letting myself be, and I'm letting myself grow into something that has felt natural for a long time. And I'm allowing myself to like explore and like fully like fill this capacity, expand into this space of of just creating my style, refining my style, refining my creations, refining my art. And I have a little tiny visitor, so cute in her big girl undies. Hi, sweet pea. What up? What's in your hand? What's in your hand? I'm gonna wrap it up, but basically with this like next phase, I'm wanting to be iconic in my own rights. I'm wanting to be iconic so that when I look back on this time, I'm like, that was that phase. That was that phase where you were like going hard in the paint with your artistic style. So that looks different. That's like and that's like why Instagram plays into it. 'Cause Instagram has this element of like being known, of fame, of recognition, and it's really my time to like recognize myself, see myself, express myself, validate myself, and refine, 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 refine. Thanks for being here on this journey, y'all. My children are amazing. Oh. I think that you get it. I don't need to keep harping on it. I don't also feel like I need to explain myself, but I always just like opening a dialogue with y'all. So maybe you can relate, or maybe I'm being too vague, but cheers to new beginnings. Whoa. It's another Thursday, another Boulder Bookstore talk, herbal talk. I'm going to the Medicine Circle's book talk tonight. I'm taking my mommy, and I'm wearing my new dress that she got me. And I'm going to show you my outfit. We're keeping it simple with a top knot. Not much going on there. I think I have a clip on in the back. Can you see it? I have my like special pink and gold clip. Just to keep my flyaways. I'm wearing my small version of the canvas sleeves. Goes so well with these like earthy green and light blue tones of this dress. Remember, it has pockets, do not forget that. I am also wearing my cannabis pendant and just these sandals that I wear literally every day, everywhere. But they're like the color of my skin, so that's how it is. We could do front row or back row. What do you want to do?
An herbalist, gardener, or plant enthusiast, you find yourself falling in love with the natural world over and over. You celebrate first blooms and new leaves like the arrival of an old friend. Your vision starts to shift, encompassing not just the one or two plants you see as you're walking down the street, but the community of flora you step into every time you leave the house. You begin to mark the seasons by what is going to seed or fruit, and you may start to feel the plants before they appear. You bring gifts and offerings in your pockets when you visit to harvest the first dandelions. And it is not officially spring until you smell the first violet or eat your first bowl of nettle soup. You are attuned to the seasons, and the plants begin to seek you out. It may be a subtle nudge at first, or like some kind of synchronistic magic. This is not something reserved for plant whisperers or master herbalists. Anyone can learn. This is part of who we are.
This nettle donut is incredible. This is Tara signing my book. Super sweet. Look at this zine that I found. I didn't buy it, but look, it exists. And that was a wrap on our night. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Last night was really cute, to be expected from Tara. I got my book, y'all, and she signed it, y'all. Oh, not this page. This beautiful purple page she signed next to the lilac ice cream. It says, "Dear Tori, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for being here and loving the plants." Love, Tara. And I was like talking to her the whole time she was signing it, so I'm sure it was like hard for her to focus. So cute on my shelf already, but I hope it's not on my shelf. I hope I'm making stuff. I took a couple notes while she was chatting. Here, let me move you over here so it's cuter and brighter. I have the windows open this morning. The bathroom is like all on because I'm soaking all my indoor plants. It's a little bit cooler. It's just like one of those mornings, you know, a little bit of a weed will definitely set it off right. I'm not there yet though. And I'm gonna do coffee. Anyway, okay, so she wrote the book to be a bridge to the natural world, which I had already known that because I'd listened to her interview with someone else. She studied ecology and naturalism. She said something like, "I'm always going to be dedicated to the plants." And that honestly made me like a little teary. Anyone that is like a friend of the plants is a friend of mine. Anyone who has reverence for life in that way, I'm just like, you got it. It's so sweet. And something she said really struck me, like the more that you focus your attention on the plants, the more alive they become. And she also just compared that to any living thing, and that just struck me in such a way. I'm definitely inspired to make a flower essence. I've had books on flower essences for years. I've taken flower and crystal essences, but I've never made my own. So this might be the year that I'm like, whoever calls to me for an essence, I will go there. And I asked her a question about like if she has any ritual or advice around just the sadness for the plants that I'm not able to interact with like fully or make something out of or harvest or spend time with. And she gave a really succinct, like sweet answer around grace and forgiveness and it just being part of the cycle and grief. And that was helpful for me. We talked about nettles a lot. We talked about some peonies. She said that any plant can be psychedelic, which I loved. And yeah, then she brought the nettle donuts. So if you aren't already following Medicine Circle, that would be crazy, but it's okay. No shame. It's just that people know who she is. She has quite the following. So please follow Tara at the Medicine Circle. And she brought us a treat last night. She brought us the nettle donuts. Should be earmarked or something. So this is what they look like. Oh, you saw. And nettle donuts with butterfly pea flower icing and marigolds. And she brought a bunch of different edible flowers for us to try. And that was so yummy. And so I got to meet her husband, Mark, too. And they have their gorgeous esoteric farm. And maybe they'll do tours sometime. And yeah, so then I was taking my mom all around the bookstore and they were like flipping over for the next talk already. And lo and behold, Nyasha, y'all know that I've talked about, I see Nyasha and her book Saturday Magic, and she's giving a talk. And I was like, wait, I know her. And I ordered the book Saturday Magic. I pre-ordered that. It's a children's book. And so that should be coming anytime because that was a couple months ago. So her talk is next month. And I'm like, this is so exciting. I love going to my friends' talks at the Boulder Bookstore. And I'm also like, when am I going to give a talk here? When am I going to talk here? So I got the information on giving a talk and possibly getting my deck there, which is its own side thing. But I'm so excited for Nyasha. Okay, but I do have to show you one more thing that I picked up at the store, which is just sending. Okay, so my mom and I are walking all around. Of course, we have to go to the spirituality section, and we're like seeing these incense. And I find this incense, which is Daphne incense. And you know, I'm a Nag Champa girl through and through. Like, that's what I'd be burning. But obviously, this struck me. My Dolta's name is Daphne, and the packaging was all cute. There's like all different color ones. There's rainbow. So I open it to smell it. Why am I being such a wackadoodle? It's embarrassing. I open it to smell it, and it smells delicious. Actually, it smells like my friend Lainey. It smells kind of like Lainey. Anyway, my eyes feast on this. This is too cute. This tiny little glazed powder blue, maybe a little brighter, deeper than powder blue. That tiny little tile. Are you serious? That is literally me. That is me. And then the incense is smelling delicious and like such a purple, like purpley pink color, like the Daphne flower. And I was like, I have to buy this. I have to buy this for my daughter, who's 3. But the thing is, y'all, like since she was a baby, since her water ceremony when she was, when did we do that? Anyway, 5 months. She was 5 months or something. Okay. When we did her water ceremony, I bought her like the same pendant that I got. I started collecting gifts for her that are intended to be given to her much later, like a coming of age, transition and ritual type thing. So I bought these incense knowing full well I'm not going to give them to her for years to come, but like it was too cute. It was too cute. And I need to figure out a way to make those tiny tiles or just have those tiles and clink them around or something. Oh my God. So I bought that and I'm stoked about it. That's kind of what I have going on. It was a gorgeous night. We stopped at like an art gallery on the way to our car, but there was no photos allowed in there, even though like the art was so amazing. And I wish there were. This artist, Armando Torres, super surreal, bright paintings, really cool. We stopped in there. So try not to wear my glasses. You know, I'm reading Take Off Your Glasses and See. Chapter 3 put some really clear points together for me as to why this is beneficial physiologically to be taking off my glasses and see. So I'm trying not to wear them, but it's such a habit. So anyway, I better get back to the plans. I'm getting into some like not deep cleaning, but deeper cleaning than usual. And it's gonna be a fun day. It's my mom's last day in town. Yeah, I'm like getting ready to put my vision together. Giving you the tidy content that you deserve. Me making my bed, even though I had about 5 other tasks going on at this time. That's kind of how I clean. That's my method of cleaning. Make a huge mess, start a bunch at once, try to reel it in.
It's oatmeal with yogurt on top, toppings with some strawberries.
Yup.
You can also make some into here, and it's so yummy. There you can go.
As if I need any more books on my bedstand. I just can't help it. I feel so rich at the library. And when we got home, I decided that it was time to plant the nettle. We had shared a really sweet prayer earlier in the morning, and it's time. It was a Mercury Kazemi. It was a coolish, overcast day, and I just felt in my bones that it was time to put nettle in the ground. Here's her new home underneath this bush tree. There is like a weed cover all around. I've torn some up. I don't know how that will fare. I don't know if I need to like, I don't know. And I don't know if that's like bad for the medicine, but this is where she's planted. This is the card she came with. And I'm now learning hands-on with nettle. Okay, oh, that one looks so gorgeous. Thank you, baby.
Hi.
Thank you. I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm getting this with close. Bubble
Cute.
Man. Biggest bubble.
Wow. Okay, so little garden update. I don't think anything is happening for the tobacco. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what I feel like. The soil's not good or like it needs to be covered or something. But absolutely nothing's happening with the tobacco. Granted, it's dry. And those seeds were like telling me to germinate inside. So I don't feel too good about that. And then I've tried to do root in this little thing before. That was an old ass lavender. So I'm going to try to dig this out and put the root in there and pray over it. Okay, I'm going to water these and then I'm going to pull some more weeds.
Mama, I just want to do that thing for you.
I adore pressing these little purple geranium blooms and did that at the table while we got a game of Dragonwood set up for the whole family to enjoy as Gigi's last hurrah in town. Friday night, nice and quiet in my cozy bed. Thinking about pulling a tarot, close out my mom's visit. We had an exciting day, an exciting evening. Yeah, I'm ready to rest, honestly. I'm very tired, but I have my duty to the vlog, so I'm going to push myself to edit for at least an hour. And yeah, it's been an interesting trip, lots to digest. interesting timing with the personal shifts that I am feeling. You know, my mom and I are like in a healing space, and we have been for some years. So that continues on. This trip, I was able to share a lot of like how I have processed my life and what I've turned my life into with her in tangible ways. So it feels successful in that regard. And, you know, I'm a creature of habit. I love the way that I love my bubble. I love how I do things and how my life is day to day. So much that I share it. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to our regular routine, and really looking forward to putting my vision on the board so I can refine and like so I can go for it. I'm ready to go for it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're doing what you need to do for you. Bliss be with you.